Hi FlossTube, this is Kelly. I have no notes, I am just flying by the seat of my pants here. So I am going to do the Know Your Needleworker tag today, and then I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I'm working on and some of the little stuff that I finished. I consider myself still very much a beginner. Cross-stitcher I started in 2012, and then just by looking at my Facebook pictures and backdating stuff, I realized that after 2012 I did a couple of little projects and then nothing since maybe last year. So I don't have a lot of stuff to show you, and most of what it is fairly small, but I'm going to start with the Know Your Needleworker tag. I'll show you some stuff and we'll just see how this goes. Like I said, I'm just kind of winging it, so let's do this thing. Alright. Number 1, where do you live? I am a Pennsylvania transplant to Colorado. It's different, that's for sure. Number 2, what do you do for a living? I am the technology trainer for a library, so it's my job to teach people how to use their electronic devices, how to access our library resources, stuff like that. Do you have any children? I do not. I am very much single and unattached. I live with my sister, and I have 2 cats, but I think it's nap time. Let's see if I can find one of them. Tuna! Tuna, come here, buddy. Come here. He's coming. Oh, big stretch. Come on. Come on. Alright, this is Tuna. He is my handsome boy who really hates to be held, and he just wants to go back and take his nap. But that's Tuna. I have another black cat named Anubis. He's probably under a bed somewhere, so maybe he'll come out later. I'm not sure. What are your other hobbies besides stitching? I consider myself a dabbler. I like to get into a lot of stuff and not necessarily follow through with it. I enjoy doing crochet. My mom's a crocheter, so I kind of learned the basics from her, and then I picked it up by watching YouTube videos about 2 years ago. I like to do things like this. This is Amigurumi. He's a baby toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. The camera's not over there. So yeah, he's cute. I put he's got a little wings. I put the little detail on his tail there. I don't know, it's just a fun waste of time. So that's the kind of thing that I do as far as crocheting goes. I play video games. Again, I'm good at playing the games, but rarely finishing them. They take a long time. I get bored. I read. I like movies and TV. Obviously, cross stitch is there. I've tried knitting. I'm no good at it. I don't get the 2 needle thing. Just give me 1 hook and I'm good to go. I don't know. I'm into a lot of stuff. That's probably the top of my list. What is your favorite TV show? Alright, so I am a fangirl, so TV and movies are integral to my life. I'll just name some of the top ones. I like Supernatural, Outlander, Game of Thrones. What else? There's so many. I like Merlin, which has since discontinued, but I have all the DVDs. Also, The Musketeers on BBC is a good show as well. I'm into a lot of stuff, so some of this might not seem like it meshes together, but there is a show on the Hallmark Channel called When Calls the Heart, and it's kind of like a wholesome country Little House on the Prairie sort of show. It's amazing. You should all watch it. It's fantastic. I know that I'm missing a whole bunch more, but I'll probably talk about them later on. Okay, that's TV shows, right? So I've got the list on my phone down here. What is your favorite movie? I really like the movie called The Matchmaker. I think it came out in the late 80s or 90s or something. It's got Janine Garofalo in it. Basically, she works for a politician and he is doing a campaign, and she has to go to Ireland to track down his Irish roots, and lands in the middle of a matchmaking festival, and it's just a good time. I also really like Robin Hood Men in Tights by Mel Brooks. These are not high quality films, but they are fantastic. Roger and Ebert, is that what they're called? Would not give them 2 thumbs up, but I definitely do. Favorite book? So many books. I work in a library, people. Okay, so I don't have a favorite book. I don't have one single favorite book. I read a lot of fantasy genre books. My favorite series of books would probably fall in the young adult genre section of our library, but I started reading them when I was like 12, and they're a series, so they've grown with me. They are the Bloody Jack series by L.A. Meyer, who sadly passed away a few years ago. It was very depressing. But they're a series of books about pirates. I am very into pirates. I collect ships. I wish I had more money to collect ships. I really want one of those gigantic model ones. I have no idea where I would put it. We live in a rather small condo, but I want it. So, as you can see by my channel name, it's Fangirl. I have a slightly obsessive personality, so when I'm into something, I'm really into something. It translates well to cross-stitch. Alright, favorite music. I don't have a favorite genre of music either. I listen to everything. We often, in my family, we call it music ADD, because if we put our iPods on in the car, you're going to hear show tunes, country, rock, random cartoon intros, stuff like that. We're crazy. It's fine. I come from a rather large family. I have 9 other siblings plus my parents. So we have a good time together. We're all very odd. What one word best describes you? I'm going with fangirl. Like I said, I've got obsessions, and they control my life. So I'm cool with it. I embrace it. Look at my shirt. Powered by fairy dust and cat hair. How do you like that? I have a lot of fun t-shirts too. Okay, so that was the Know Your Needleworker tag. And now I'm just gonna kind of talk about some of the little stuff that I've done. I'm hoping that by making this video, I will persevere and get through this stuff. I think that I'm a very slow stitcher, so I guess we'll see. I don't know. Okay, the very first cross stitch that I ever did, we went to Michael's or Joann's or something like that when we were bored one summer. I think it was the summer after I graduated college. So I was bored in the house. I needed something to do. I couldn't find a job. Ridiculousness. Okay, so me and my sister went to the craft store, and I picked up this silly little kitten hanging. I like kitty cats, okay? So I picked that up. And it's one of those printed ones, so you just kind of follow along. It wasn't on Ada or anything like that. But that's what I did. I think it's still at home in Pennsylvania somewhere. I do not have it here, but for some reason I still have, it's not even the pattern. I just randomly have the little insert. I gotta figure out what the camera is. Here. So, I don't know. He's cute. Okay. So then I just kind of jumped right into it. I was very into the computer-generated kind of stuff because I was poor and didn't have a job. So I found some random stuff online on DeviantArt, which is a fantastic website that you all should check out. And I think the next one that I did was this guy. I watch a lot of anime as well, so if you don't know who this is, his name is P-chan. He's from the anime Ranma 1/2. It's a silly show. When they get doused with cold water, they turn into something else. You'll have to watch it if you want to find out. But P-chan is a piglet man, and he's adorable. So I think I just found a picture on the internet and kind of picked out some colors and sketched it out and just kind of made it up as I went. He doesn't have a lot of colors in him. It's just like 4 or 5 or something like that. So I did this. When did I do this? I finished it in December of 2011. So that was kind of when I got started. And then, like I said, I had kind of a dry period after that. But we'll get into that. So yeah, there's P-chan. He's adorable. And then I just did, to waste time, you know, over the summer, I just did a bunch of little tiny ones. It's bigger on the inside. Doctor Who. You're kind of, see, Doctor Who. I didn't even mention that one. My brain is not working, probably because I didn't take any notes. But Doctor Who, TARDIS, camera. My cat got a hold of one of my stitches here. I didn't really know what I was doing when I framed these, but I did them without glass, and it's just got like poster board matting on it. But my cat likes to get mad at me and claw my stuff. So he caught a stitch here, so I'm going to have to take it out of the frame and try and pull it tight again so I can get rid of that. But yeah, I did 2 of these. I made one of these for my brother too in a bigger frame, but it's cute. I like it. Sailor Moon, another anime, classic 90s child. Yeah, it's just a cute little silhouette kind of things. These just hang in my bedroom. They took no time at all to do. And I kind of just had like random floss sitting around, so I just made them up as I went. I have since purchased the entire collection because I have no willpower and I don't live close to any stores that sell DMC. I think Walmart has some, but they didn't used to. I live in the middle of nowhere, so you have to drive about 2 hours to get to any sort of craft store, so I bought everything. And then there's this one. It's very funny. It's just like a cute little rocket ship design, and it says, "Always be yourself unless you suck." Joss Whedon, who is a master. Yeah, so I did all of these 2011 to 2012-ish. And then I decided that I was going to move from Pennsylvania to Colorado. I have family out here. I was working at a doggy daycare, which is lots of fun, but lots of work, before I ended up at the library. And again, I was just kind of sitting around a lot at home. I am very much a homebody, and I do not take advantage of where I live. I live in a beautiful area. I'm not going to tell you where it is, because stalkers, but I don't like outside. I mean, I do. I like to go camping and stuff like that, but I don't like to do it by myself. And people's schedules don't mesh together when you're trying to make a living in an expensive area. So I kind of sit around at home a lot. So I moved across the country, and it just kind of, you know, sapped my creative juices, I guess. And after I got settled, I decided to pick some stuff up again. So I didn't touch anything until, well, that's not true. Okay, let me show you something. So I had these 2 patterns. Again, like I said, I was poor, so I was really into the computer-generated sort of stitches. And there was this random, terrible, it was not very good, program called KG Chart LE or something for cross-stitch. And you basically just take a picture and you import it into the program and tell them how many colors you'd like to have, and they'll calculate a chart for you based on the picture that you put in there. So I am sorry if I broke any copyright infringement. Like I said, I was a poor college student and I didn't know any better. But you know, they're not patterns that you can find, and I won't be selling them to anyone, so they're just for me and they just hang on the wall. So I just recently finished this one in July of this year. This is another Sailor Moon one, and it's just a manga picture. Manga is the comic book version of anime. Sailor Moon started as a manga, and I just really like the artwork that manga has over anime. I like them both, but manga's kind of cooler. So I put this in that KG chart for cross-stitched thing, and it generated this pattern, and it's not great, but I started it back in 2011 or 12, and then I moved and I brought it with me, but I only had part of her face done, so I still had the stuff, so I'd work on it every once in a while, but the computer-generated charts, they have a lot of confetti in them, and the colors aren't always completely true to what you want them to be. So I'm not in love with it. It took me a while to do. It's a good size or whatever. But, if you get up close to it, it's just, like, it's okay. It's fine. But, like, there's some color differences in here that I'm not thrilled about. They don't float my boat. But it looks cool from far away, so I guess that's all that really matters, because it just kind of sits up on my bookshelf. So, like I said, I started this one, and I've been working on it for years, and I just recently picked my cross-stitch stuff back up and got really into it. So I finished this one this year, but I did start it way back when. It's the same deal for the one I'm currently working on. I'm kind of all over the place because I started these all at different times. So I said I liked Merlin, right? Do you guys know that show? You should. So this is what I'm currently working on. And I have only got one more person to go. So these are the Merlin characters. And again, they were just, I stole them. I shouldn't have done it. But I did. They were game sprites that somebody, I don't know if they were even actually for a game, but they're adorable, and I wanted to stitch them. So I think somebody on DeviantArt made them, actually, and I put them in that KG chart program, and it generated the pattern, and the colors on this are atrocious. This is Gwen. I just finished her. She's dark-skinned. Her skin is supposed to be chocolatey brown. When I stitched it, the colors that they called for made her look like a zombie. It was horrible. Everything just kind of went green, and it's the same on almost all of the characters. Like, there's something weird about each one. I've torn out at least one thing in each of these characters, and I've got one more to go, which is Gaius. And then it will be done, and then I will not have to look at it anymore. But my little toothless needle minder, these things are breaking my bank account, man. They are freaking adorable. And I do not work on many things at once, but I have a lot of them. I love these things. But yeah, so, like I said, I apologize for any copyright infringement that may have been broken in my presence. But I've learned from my mistakes, and I will not do it again. What else? This thing. So what really got me back into doing cross-stitch was I found the Frosted Pumpkin Stitcheries, what's it called? Is it called Storytime Classics? Stitch Along? You know what I'm talking about. And these things are freaking adorable, and I had to stitch them up. So this is what got me back into it. I finished this, I started it in 2015. I think I got it for January. I think I made that. So I started it on time. I finished it in February 1st of 2016. So I was only a month and a day behind, which I thought was pretty dang good. I didn't change much on this whole thing. I think I changed like 1 or 2 stitches in Toto's face here because I thought he looked kind of weird. And I think he was supposed to have a brown nose, but I gave him a black nose. What else? Oh, I changed the colors of this castle in the Lady of Shalott. It was like pink or something like that, and it just looked a little too, I don't know, Disney princess for me. Not that I don't like Disney princesses, I do. I just don't like all the pink. So I kind of pulled all the colors out and changed it to something that I liked a little bit better. I don't think I changed anything else. It was just very small stuff, and I just kind of framed it on a piece of, what's this stuff called? I don't do art. Canvas, mounted canvas, and I put like a piece of quilt batting in there, so it's like a little pillow top canvas thing that just hangs on my wall. So that's all I've done. It's not that much, I know, and they're all very small. So I have big plans of giant things to do. I have some gifts that I want to make for my mom and my dad, and then I have a Christmas present that I want to work on that shouldn't take too long. But if this goes well, maybe I'll talk about that in my other video. I'm nervous about uploading this video to YouTube. I'm a very introverted person. It's probably why I don't leave my house very much. I don't know. Putting myself on the internet, it's stressful. But that's what I've done. That's what I'm working on. I'm hoping I have a whole day today, so I'm hoping I can just finish up Gaius and get this thing done and move on to some of those gifts that I want to give people. I'll talk about those later. That's all I got. I mean, I've got a lot of stuff. Look, nope, there. Got some stands. I made this thing. Hold on. Ignore my pajama pants. Don't judge me. This thing. I'm sure that you've seen this about FlossTube. Pam Reed, I believe, is the person who designed this contraption here. I am buying additional Q-snap frames for it, so I'm not using it yet, and I don't have anything this size, but I think I will when I start my new projects. This thing looks easy to make. It was easy to find the materials. It was very cheap, but I bought the little tube cutter, the one that's just like this big. You just tighten around it, you tighten a little knob, and then you spin it around. It sounds easy, right? It's not easy. It hurts. It took me like 2 or 3 hours to make this thing, just because my hands were screaming. But it's together now. It was just, ow, ow. There's lots of pressure to turn that thing around, and you have to do it like 1 billion times. But it's cool. I haven't had a chance to try it yet because I'm waiting for my clamps and to finish this Merlin stitch before I do anything else. I don't know. I'm not really a rotation person. I try not to work on multiple things at once because it stresses me out. But maybe that'll change. I don't know. Like I said, I'm a beginner. I'm just making it up as I go. But yeah, I did this thing. Thank you, FlossTube. I will enjoy it. I will. It was painful for me. If you have to do it, I would recommend buying the big fancy clamp cutters. So much easier, so much faster. Probably would have gone together in like 20 minutes, but not for me. Because I'm cheap, and I bought the cheaper option, and it hurt me. Okay, so I'm going to stop blathering on here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm kind of an odd duck. If you haven't figured that out yet, I'm sure that you will. So I'm gonna go eat something at 9:51 in the morning. And that's my master plan for the day. I'm gonna get Gaius done. We might do this monthly if I have anything to show you guys. I'm hoping that I will. Like I said, I have big plans, but the execution of those plans is up in the air because life happens and you just never know how much time you're going to get to stitch. I definitely don't do it every day. So, yeah. So I will talk to you guys soon.